Good afternoon, everybody. Come on in. Guess who's on the stove again? It's Friday. I'm going to call it Friendly Friday, Fellowship Friday, or whatever, but we're not doing fish today. We're doing sweet potato souffle. And the reason we're doing sweet potato souffle because somebody near and dear to me asked me to do it. So here is Lisa. This is Lisa. That's one of my adopted children, y'all. Y'all haven't seen Lisa before, but she is, well, not necessarily Tanz's classmate, but they went to school sort of together. And she's been in my life for a few years. And she is also Karan's auntie because let's see, her son and Tansy's son, Karan, are first cousins. Their daddies are brothers. I think I said that right. But anyway, Lisa's wanting to know how to do sweet potato souffle, and we're going to do some smoked pork chops. So we got the sweet potatoes. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Did you want to say anything, Lisa?
Hi everybody.
Isn't she just beautiful? Wasn't that just so nice? See, I got the best children and the people in my life, y'all. So anyway, Lisa and I are going to get these sweet potato souffle and these smoked pork chops going here. So we've already got, Lisa's already got the potatoes peeled. And it's the simple part of peeled potatoes, wash them real good. And we're going to boil them for about 35 minutes and get them real nice and soft. And after they're nice and soft, we're going to go ahead and put the ingredients in. And as we get ready to do that, I'll come back and let y'all watch us do it. So hang in there. Don't go nowhere now. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I think the potatoes are ready. You see Lisa sticking them, and you want to be able to stick the fork through them just like that so we know they're ready. So we're getting ready now to drain them off and then start putting in the other ingredients. So hold on a sec. Okay, y'all, we're over here. We're mixing now. So what we got, one stick of butter in there, and we're going to go and put at least a stick and a half to 2 sticks. So we're going to put a stick and a half of butter in here. And of course that butter will start to melt down on its own. Okay. There's your other half a stick. And what we're going to do with the spoon is go ahead and just get them sort of mashed up and let that butter blend and melt in there. Once all that happens, then once everything gets melted in, we get it all blended and melted. The last thing I put in there is going to be the eggs because they're so hot now. If you put the eggs in too quick, they'll look like scrambled eggs. So we're going to move that back off to the side. And we'll get some milk. Now you can use, this is like 2% milk.
Mm-hmm.
If you got some like, if you ever use pet milk or carnation milk.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay. That, just makes it a little bit creamier, but any kind of milk is good because you just use enough milk to give it like a creamy flavor and texture. So I got 2% milk. I don't have any. I've used because I use mine. I end up using mine in my coffee. Oh, I know what I do have. I got some vanilla coffee. I can put some of that just to give it that thicker, creamier when we get ready to pour that milk in. And that'll cool those potatoes out. Those potatoes need to be cooled all the way down before you put those eggs in. Okay, looking good. Okay, now for sugar. I'm sous chefing today, y'all. So, brown sugar does not measure up like regular sugar. So you sort of have to pack it in to make sure you get a complete cup of sugar. So we're gonna do 3 cups of brown sugar in this. Okay, 1. And the 2. I know y'all cringy. Y'all know when I cook with sugar and seasoning, it's not for the faint of heart because y'all know mine's going to be sweet and it's going to be seasoned. So, and if y'all want y'all to taste like mine, you have to put how much I put. Otherwise, yours is going to taste like you want it to taste. Okay. So now we got the 3 cups of brown sugar. And we may even have to dash a little bit more because what I did, This is actually 6 pounds of potatoes in here. So y'all know me, I cook in bulk. So this is 6 pounds of sweet potatoes, and I'm putting 3 cups of sugar to it and a stick and a half rather of butter. Now, if you want to, bring it back into proportion, a normal pan of this potato souffle would be with about 4 pounds of potatoes, 2 eggs, and 2.5 cups of sugar. Okay. So you just adjust it. Remember how I told you, I always adjust it to make it your own, make it taste like you want it to taste. But the basic foundation of making good sweet potato souffle is your milk, your butter, eggs, and sugar, just how much you put in it. Okay. So now we can start with, since I got the nutmeg sitting right here, remember what we said about nutmeg. For me, nutmeg is a deal breaker, because if you put too much, me personally, I can't eat it, because nutmeg is very strong. So I always use just enough to get that hint of whatever, but we don't want to overpower. So I've got a little under 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. I'll just drop. Go ahead, just drop. That's 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now that's how much nutmeg I use. Now if you like the flavor of nutmeg, by all means put more. But for me, that's enough. Because nutmeg can be very overpowering. Okay. Because I got my cinnamon off to the side over here, we're going to do now cinnamon, we can have a teaspoon of cinnamon, because cinnamon is not that potent. I mean, it's good and it tastes okay. So we can put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in there. Okay. And these are, my spices are from the health food store, so they're natural and pure and a little bit more potent than the regular seasoning. Okay, so we gotta have some vanilla flavor. That's the other thing. Where's my vanilla? Okay, y'all, this is imitation vanilla extract, so you gotta put a little bit more. I gotta go and buy some real vanilla, so I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple tablespoons of this vanilla extract in there. So go ahead, that's 1. Because it's imitation now. If it was real, I'd only put 1, because then it would be much stronger. Okay. And then there's this right here is Food Line brand coffee cream. It's vanilla flavored, and it's just gonna give it a little bit extra flavor. In the place of this would be like heavy whipping cream or condensed milk or something like that. So this is just a 1/2 cup of. Okay. Let me get over here. That's regular salt right there. Okay. Now remember I told you to get that buttery creamer and to blend out the sugar in your dish. I need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, just regular table salt, just a 1/2 teaspoon. And my mom taught me that, just to give it that butterier, creamier flavor. Salt will do it. Okay, so I believe we got all the seasoning and spices in there. So now we're ready for our eggs. Make sure you beat these eggs up really, really good. And we're going to beat them some more, because we're going to put the mixer in here to get those strings out of the potato. This is just 3 eggs. You don't have to put a lot of eggs in there. Okay? Probably should have done this, but this won't kill us. Probably should have done this before I put the raw eggs in there. But now we need the taste of it to see if we need a little bit of sugar. think it needs just maybe a half cup more. Where's our measuring? Oh, there it is. We need another 1/4 cup of brown sugar in there. And I also am going to need to put a little bit more salt because we need to, anytime you have a dish like that, when you know that you're balancing your salt and your sugar, to balance that, and I could taste that I need a little bit more salt. So probably altogether we're going to have a whole teaspoon of salt because that's a lot of potatoes. Okay. I know the sanitary patrol is out. This is a clean spoon because they'll tell me, did you taste that? No, I'm not double dipping with that spoon. I think we're there with everything. Now, the other thing that I'm going to put in here now is going to be some flour because I want to make sure that when the pie cooks, it has the right texture. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of flour in there. Then we're going to put the beaters in there. Seems like I need a little bit. I'm not tasting my milk like I want to. I'm going to go ahead and do another half cup of milk. So altogether, a cup of milk, cream, whatever. Just altogether 1 cup. I'm just gonna sprinkle that. I'm sorry, Liz, I'm putting it there. You know what I tell you. I don't care how careful you try to be with flour. Anytime you use it, it's gonna get all over everything. So today ain't no different. So I put 2 tablespoons of flour in that mixture. Okay. So I think we got all the ingredients in there. So now I'm gonna get my mixture ready. What we're going to do is put the mixer in there and let it mix everything up really, really good. And one of the main things that I'm trying to do, of course, if y'all know me, I don't like stringy sweet potatoes. So we're going to pull as many of those strings out of this mixture as we can with the mixer. Let's see. Somebody told me, why don't you just put it in the blender and let... Well, I guess I could, but I don't have a real big blender, first of all. So we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to do it with the mixer. Make sure. Okay, there you go. Slide it up and start it off slightly. There we go. Back, start to ease it out a little bit and back, start turning it off. We're going to look at see the spring turn off. So what I do is just I'm over the sink, but we just stick that in there and let them
stick the hole.
I'm just sticking it in there and switch it back and forth and let those strings fall off of there. See, them rascals are big. Look there. Look, y'all. See, this is what we're trying to get out of there, those big old strings. So we don't want to be trying to chew on that stuff. And you know, I know you can put it in the blender, or chop them all up. I don't want them in my stuff, period. So this is why we're doing this, to get the strings out of the potato. It's a little bit extra work, but it's worth it in the end, y'all. If you remember, this is the same way you make your pie filling when you make a sweet potato pie. Same thing. In this case, we're just going to put it in a pan. It's called sweet potato souffle. My mom used to make this for us all the time, that or sweet potato pie. But you make the mixture the same identical way. Okay, so lift it up, take them out. So about every minute or so, it's got big ones in there. And see, if you're just looking at, just eyeballing that mixture, you don't know that all of those strings are in there until you put that blender in there to get them pulled out of there. Because otherwise, you imagine you bite down to that and one of them big strings get in your mouth. It's kind of not good. It's still coming. And them rascals was in there. And you know, it might not be but 1 or 2 potatoes with those big strings, but you don't know which ones they are. I wish I could come up with a way to detect, and I'm sure there probably is. I just haven't learned it yet. Okay, y'all, we're going to have to do this about 4 or 5 more times. Just wanted to let you all see it so you know exactly what you need to do to make sure you get those strings out. So when we come back in a few minutes, we should have them all out and the filling should be ready to go into the oven. So hang in there now, don't run away, don't go nowhere. Where's that spatula? Spatula. I'll tell you what, because I think it's going to be too much. In there. Don't pour it all in there, because see, it's going to rise because I put that bread in there. Not bread, but flour. I don't want it to rise up out the pan. Okay, if you need to, you can always pour it back into there. Okay, go ahead and pour it in there. Oh, shoot, I got my camera on. Okay. That will be heated up there, and you can go right on into. Oh, that was quick. Thank you. Okay, so it's ready to go in there now. On that top shelf. You know what? Let me up that. About 375. I think I'll do it. Okay, y'all. We put that potato souffle in the oven at 375. For about 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1 hour and 30 minutes. So in a few minutes, we'll be back. Hey y'all, we're back. We're getting the other part of this meal going over there on the far right. That is boneless smoked pork chops. And all you got to do with that boneless smoked pork chop is to get that grease real good and hot. And by the way, that's olive oil. Whew, that smells real good too. That's olive oil. I'm going to drop a little bit of butter in there just to pump that flavor up. And basically, you don't have to do a lot of, well, you have to do any seasoning really to these pork chops. And I've never used that swivel. I just know that's a different brand. I'm going to see. Perfect.
You never use what?
I'm trying the last brand that I got. It wasn't Swiss Premium. It was something else. But I just have to. Okay. So now we got the butter going in there with that olive oil. And we're just going to let them fry for about 2 or 3 minutes. Just enough to get a little bit of a crisp, a little bit of a brown texture on them. And when they brown on each side, we'll take them, drain them a little bit, and put them in the pan. They'll be ready to eat along with that potato souffle. We're going to add in a veggie dish. So I'm going to do some stir-fried broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower. I almost forgot what the other ingredient was. Just going to stir-fry it with a little bit of onion and season it up real good. So hang in there, and we will be back shortly. Okay, y'all, it's time to get this stir-fried veggies going. Let that pan get as hot as we can without browning that butter up too much. Because you know, if you get it too hot, the butter's going to brown on you. So we don't want it to brown yet. It's getting brown, so there you go. I'm going to go ahead and start putting them in. Okay, before I put them in, I got all of my usual seasonings in there. My complete seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, complete seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder. That's basically it. And just season them up real good. Put a little bit of salt. And then just go ahead and start stir frying. And of course, you're going to keep that heat as high as you can without burning. Because what we don't want to happen, we don't want a lot of water floating around in there when it finishes up cooking. So we're going to keep it on high heat, and we might have to back it down to minimum high heat. But that's what, that's how you stir fry. You have to keep the heat high in order to stir fry your food. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil. I had a 1/4 cup in there at first, so just a little bit more olive oil. And I trust and believe that we have enough seasoning on there. But when we think they're just about done, we'll go ahead and taste of them and see. And in about 5 minutes, so then we'll go ahead and put the lid over it and let them just quick steam. And then we're going to take the lid back off. Because like I said, we don't want a lot of condensation in the pan. Okay, we shall return. Okay, y'all, the veggies are done. We're going to go ahead and put them in the pan, cover them, and let them continue to just steam a little bit. They're stir-fried to perfection. This girl, Lisa Singer, y'all, when she walk out here today, her husband probably waiting down there on the corner for her. So, I'm gonna like a little bit of lemon. Okay, y'all, just for a little pizzazz, I'm gonna add just a sprinkle or two. Well, y'all hold on. Y'all know I ain't got the thing even. It ain't open. I know I got
it here.
I got another one up there open somewhere, but I'm gonna just open this one. Now, as soon as I open this one, watch that other one appear. So, well, what we're gonna do is just add in a little, just not a whole. Don't be heavy-handed with this one. Just a few sprinkles. Using this almost like a garnish. Okay.
Just stir it, or you gonna just leave it like
I'm
that?
gonna just let it sit like that because I'm gonna cover it. Hold it 1 second. Let me just make sure. Make sure it goes right through there. Perfect. Okay. You want to taste? Here. Oh, that's fine. I think I'll put that sweet potato out on the bottom. This pan, I'll go and squeeze it up. Okay, now this one got it hot. And when that sweet potato come out, we're going to put them on the bottom. Hey y'all, Lisa and I finished that good old meal with the sweet potato souffle and those smoked pork chops. So it's all about love and something good to eat. And if you recall, last week I was talking to y'all about the young lady that passed that was Lisa's best friend, Dana, and we were praying for her. So we prepared that meal for her parents, and we got to talking and laughing and just remembering in the kitchen so much. We forgot to do an outro on the video, so this is my outro for that video with the sweet potatoes and the smoked pork chops. So just know it was all about love, what we did for her. Lisa wanted to give them a real good meal because she remembered that when she had bereavement in her family, I fixed that same meal for her 3 sisters, and for her 2 sons about 5 times during that week. It was just comfort food. And so she said, Miss Howard, you know what? I would love to fix that meal for Dana's parents. It was all about love and something good to eat. I told y'all, many times when we're talking, when you can eat something good to eat and do it with love, it makes you feel so much better. So suffice it to say that mission accomplished. We got that meal done, and Lisa took it to them, and I know that they enjoyed it, and it sort of comforted them a little bit. So keep them still in your prayers because they're still hurting. It's only been a week now, but just keep them in your prayers that they'll be strengthened by the love of the Lord, and know that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So until I cook again, y'all keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Thank you guys. I love you. Toodaloo.